What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is now 27 wins, no losses, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. He's coming off the heels of a devastating knockout victory performance over fellow stablemate, WBA lightweight title contender in Rolando Romero, who was coming into the fight 14 wins, no losses, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He's 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. With that said, Rolly talked his way into the fight, and Rolly convinced people towards the tail end of the buildup for this fight that he could indeed beat Gervonta Tank Davis, right? This is what Rolly did. He convinced many people that he could beat Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? And with that said, Rolly convinced himself that he could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't know how much so he convinced himself, but he actually believed that he could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. And so the fight played out. He's been calling out Tank Davis for years now. And the fight played out. And there's a skill level gap, okay? Rolly Romero is like a fighter that's just starting out, okay? Rolly Romero, clearly you can see there's a lot to be improved. There's a lot to be desired, right? He's athletic, he's young, he's strong, he's hungry, he has the heart, he has the mindset. He lacks the fundamental discipline and skill set. It's just going to take time for Rolly to build up. Okay? Rolly doesn't have devastating knockout power like, say, Deontay Wilder. When people said Deontay Wilder don't have no skills, Deontay Wilder can't box. Well, Deontay Wilder has the ultimate equalizer. He's knocked down and knocked out every opponent he's ever faced. He has the highest knockout ratio in the history of the sport of boxing. So he had the ultimate equalizer, right? And he still, too, won an Olympic bronze medal. The only American in that class to win a medal, and he had the least amount of fights of anybody in the entire Olympics. Let that settle in. So that lets you know he can box. So with that said, Rolly Romero has power, but he doesn't have equalizing, changing, one-punch knockout power. Now, we saw his power, but I guess to a lesser degree. I don't like to slight any fighter that steps through those ropes, but the level of opponents that he faced weren't on that high level. The higher you go up in level, the less the knockouts are likely to take place. And so Rolly Romero was knocking out lesser opponents, but when he fought Jackson Marinez, you can say Rolly was exposed, okay? You can see there was a lot of work to be done. He struggled to find the distance. He struggled with a boxer. He struggled with timing. He struggled with his accuracy. You go back and watch the Jackson Marinez fight. Tells you everything you need to know. And he got what many people thought was a gift decision in that fight because of the buildup and the machine behind Rolly Romero. So with that said, he goes into this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And there's a skill gap. And Rolly is telling you that Gervonta Tank Davis is a little guy. But then when you see them together, they're not far off in size. He looks like maybe an inch or inch and a half taller, but that's about it. He's not much bigger than Gervonta Tank Davis, but he convinced himself that Tank Davis is not a big guy. Then he convinced himself that Tank Davis is only knocking out guys that are smaller than him. And he can't really punch when he faces a guy that's actually bigger than him. And you look at the buildup and the approach of Rolly Romero, and to each of his own. Everybody has their own style. You know, Emmanuel Augustus, he had the drunken master style, right? That gave Floyd Mayweather, legendary retired, undefeated, Hall of Fame, iconic superstar boxer. Floyd Mayweather was the master boxer with the ultimate ring IQ. Make adjustments to any fighter. Well, he struggled, and Floyd Mayweather to this day will tell you his toughest fight was Emmanuel Augustus, the drunken master style. But he mastered that style. But Rolly Romero, you can see he tried to think his way through this fight. And I told you guys, when he comes to defensive side of the sport of boxing, he's not disciplined. Why? Because he's not disciplined offensively. What do you mean when you say that, Blue? Well, Rolly Romero gets so overzealous with his offense and wanting to land power that he neglects his defense, right? So he don't transition from offense to defense and defense to offense well. He completely neglects all defense and goes all offense, or he goes all defense and no offense, because he has a lot to be learned, okay? And so when you're dealing with somebody who's a southpaw in Gervonta Tank Davis, southpaws are already difficult to deal with. And when you're dealing with somebody, a southpaw that has a high ring IQ, that can box laterally, can box north, west, east, and south, can box on the inside, mid-range, and on the outside, can utilize the ring if he so chooses, has great hand speed and foot speed, and is proven to be durable with his chin, and has the ability to set up and knock out punches. He has the ability to know every square inch of the ring, pun intended, and he understands what's taking place. Gervonta Tank Davis can slow down the fight. That's the ultimate skill. The ultimate skill is being able to slow down the fight no matter what pace your opponent is trying to have this fight set at. He can still slow down the fight and make adjustments. And when you're dealing with somebody that lacks the skill set of a Rolly Romero, you can see this knockout coming a mile away. So from the very beginning, Rolly Romero was pressing Gervonta Tank Davis. He was the aggressor. This is why I say he has the heart. He has all the intangibles. He just needs the fundamentals, right? He needs to know why he's the rhyme and reason for why he's doing what he's doing, not just in there because he's a good athlete with power, right? And so he was pressing Gervonta Tank Davis, and Gervonta Tank Davis was fighting on the back foot. And most people that don't understand what they're watching started to say that Gervonta Tank Davis was running. And Rolly Romero said, I won every round, including the 6th round I got knocked out in. And his trainer, Bullet, was saying the same thing. But this just lets you know and highlights the inexperience, because they didn't understand what was taking place, that Gervonta Tank Davis was setting up that knockout. And so Rolly Romero is telling the world that he was winning, and he was winning the entire fight, and Tank Davis got lucky. And then Rolly and his team are saying, and his trainer is saying, that the referee prematurely stopped the fight, in which Tank Davis finally responds and he says, stop the cap. The referee actually saved your life, because he knew that you was going to leave on a stretcher if they allowed it to continue. If you look at it, Rolly, when he's on the canvas, and you look at the highlight after he gets knocked out, his left leg is pumping like he's in a car, and he's pumping the gas. His left leg is not in control. He don't have control of his left leg, right? It's 3 times. Okay, I counted it. 3 to 4 times. You can see his left leg is pumping like he's pumping gas. And he's looking at Tank Davis and the referee. So he's not in control of his leg. He doesn't realize that. Okay, that's his nerves. That's his brain telling his body we are in danger. So his left leg is pumping like this. And then his right leg is doing like, it's unstable. So it's like bending, you know, like if you jump up to play basketball for a rebound, come down and you twist your ankle. His right ankle is bending because his nerves are off. That's your nervous system. That's a signal from the punch on your chin that's sent to your brain to let your brain know there's danger here and we need to shut down. See, most people don't understand a knockout. Okay? The reason that you don't feel a knockout and people don't have a memory of a knockout is because it's the brain telling the body that we are in danger and let's shut it all down immediately. Okay? So the chin, the nose, the temple, okay, those are areas that immediately shuts the brain down. Okay? It tells the brain we're in the body. The brain tells the body we're in danger. We got to shut it down. And so when he got clipped, your nervous system, your body is all over the place because your brain is trying to convince the rest of the body it's over right now. Let's relax. We live to fight another day. Right? Let's protect ourselves. It's a mechanism to protect yourself, although it doesn't protect you, because you can pass out and fall anywhere and hurt yourself because you have no control over your body and how you fall and how you land. But that's ultimately what happens. And so when Rolly stands up, yeah, he's aware of what's going on, but his body and his brain and his eyes are not on the same page, which means he could see a punch coming, but his body is not, he's not going to get, his body is still sleeping. It's still in shutdown mode. So you're not going to get your body to react to what you see coming, and that's dangerous. It's just like when you, like I just explained, when your brain shuts down and you fall, you can't brace yourself because your body's not aware. Okay, everything is shut down. So you could fall and hit your head, and you could fall and do anything because your brain completely shut your body down. So imagine you just doing that awake, right? So you can see the punch coming, but you can't react, and you could get badly hurt. So Gervonta Tank Davis, he lets Rolly Romero know, I was setting up this knockout. And that's the inexperience, and that's why I believe that Rolando Rolly Romero, I'm not saying he needs to completely part ways with his trainer. Keep him on board. But you need to bring in somebody with more experience. He has potential. You can see it. He's at athletic ability. He has good reflexes. He has good speed. He's quick on his feet. He's strong. He has the heart for it, the mentality for it. You can see the potential. But he needs the fundamentals. He needs to know the rhyme and reason for why 1 + 1 = 2. And his trainer currently, as it stands, is not delivering that for him. Not saying you got to part ways with him altogether, but you got to bring somebody else on that's experienced that can help you with the fundamentals. I suggest, and this is not just because I have a great relationship, but I suggest Rolando Rolly Romero get with Malik Scott ASAP. Malik Scott is somebody who's going to break it down to the lowest denominator. Okay? He's gonna grind the rock until it's just dust. And that's what Rolly Romero needs. He has all the other things. He needs Malik Scott. That's going to teach him rhyme and reason as to why he's doing what he's doing. To be able to catch and shoot. To transition from offense to defense. That's what he needs. He has all the potential. But to be delusional, his trainer is delusional. He's being delusional because he's embarrassed that he got knocked out and lost after he talked his way into this position. But no, you got to tuck your pride away right now. Lick your wounds and go back to the drawing board. And the drawing board needs to be, in my opinion, Malik Scott. That's somebody who is not occupied outside of, he has Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder's coming back. But outside of that, he doesn't have, like, I like Derrick James with Rolly Romero, but I don't believe that Derrick James has the time that Rolly Romero needs to build him up from where he needs to come. Derrick James has Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo. Errol Spence is on the verge of fighting Terrence Crawford in the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Jermell Charlo has now been ordered to fight Tim Tszyu, so he has to make a decision in 20 days. He has Frank Martin in his camp. Frank Martin is a rising lightweight superstar, title contender. His plate is full. To not be able to give the attention day in and day out that Rolly needs to go back to the basic fundamentals to teach him why and a rhyme and reason. So I believe that Malik Scott would be the perfect person. He has more time. So Tank Davis lets him know, stop the cap. The referee saved your life, period. And I agree. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.